So here we are in January 2015. By the way, I'm Shannon with American Mining Rights Association. That's John, our field manager, behind the camera there. And you can see behind me here is Big Blue. It's a 6-inch Proline dredge. Right now, as it stands, here we are mid-January, theoretically it's still illegal to dredge. Judge Ochoa has made his decision on the moratorium, and I'll give you his words. He said specifically that the suction dredge moratorium that these people passed was a scheme to create a de facto ban on suction dredging. A scheme. And he's exactly right. He also said that it's unlawful what they did, and it's also unenforceable. So right now, DFG doesn't have a permitting process in place. We've asked them for our suction dredge permit, but they won't issue us one. They're saying it's still illegal and they'll still come out and cite. Choa's ruling said, since it's unlawful, that basically means you can't be prosecuted in court. The Reinhardt decision is the law of the land. And what they're basing all of this crap that they're talking about right now is that thing that the left really enjoys saying, that shall, might, maybe, would, could, possibly, all that kind of BS language that they give us. The fact remains is that we're in our right to go and suction dredge in the most economically and environmentally friendly way we can to obtain the gold off of our claim. So we're going dredging, and we're going to take you with us. Well, we cut our way down here for the last 5 hours, and we're down at the bottom. So we got the truck in here and unloaded the dredge. We're going to put that together now, and we'll get underwater probably tomorrow and show you guys what that's like. I want to explain something here, and that's how a dredge works. We've got 2 motors on here, and they turn this little turbine here. It's a water jet. They pull it out of these, which are 2 what they're called foot valves, and you can see the tiny little mesh here. This tiny little mesh is the only water that it pulls up. Do you think a fish can be pulled through there? Absolutely not. When John started filming here, you can see the tube that runs through here, that goes straight to the sluice box, right back out and right back into the river. There's no turbines, there's nothing that's going to grind up a fish or anything like that. First of all, I've been dredging for 30-some years and I've never seen a fish go up the frickin' nozzle yet. So that's the thing. The other thing that I want to point out here, the dredge hose that we use when we dredge is the same exact hose that the United States Fish and Wildlife Service uses to transport the stocked fish from their tanks to the water. It's the same hose. It's smooth inside. It may look like it's ribbed, but it's smooth inside. So even, God forbid, that one fish goes up the nozzle, all he's going to do is just go right out the back of the sluice. There's nothing that's going to grind up a fish. He doesn't go through a turbine or anything like that. It's a straight shot, and it's 6 inches wide. It's the same hose that DFG uses. So it's important that everybody understands that. You know, I used to fish an awful lot, and I'll tell you, I killed a lot more fish in 2 hours of fishing than I have in 35 years of dredging, and that's just a simple fact. So anyway, we're about ready to fire up and we'll show you what it's like underwater. So you can see right here, the creek comes down and it ran right into this bank over here. And in this bank, you can see all the river rocks sticking out of it. And that's where we found really good visible gold. Anyway, it hits that bank and then it pushes back on itself, and that's actually what knocked these three big boulders down here. And then that dropped into the creek. Right here we dredged yesterday and it was only 2 feet to bedrock, didn't find any gold. So we went down below here and started dredging in this pool, and we're already down 5 feet and we haven't hit bedrock, but we're in some really nice big boulders, real good cobble, and the material's starting to get pretty hard pack. So anyway, that's a really good sign. So we're going to dive in here and hopefully we'll hit bedrock in a little bit and we'll find out what's in there. But look for these inside bends, and especially as the river cuts through here and it hits all this stuff that causes turbulence, that's where the gold drops out. So that's why that big blue Proline 6-inch dredge is sitting right there. Let's get to it.
always on to the next big thing. And up in that city by the bay, you couldn't pay me enough to stay. I never got what the big deal was anyway. That's not where I call home. I need a little room to roam. I guess that big city life just ain't the life for me. Let me tell you about where I come from. Now we got small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living with their hands. Where I come from, a man is still a man. Where I live, people know your name. They ask how you've been and they're always glad you came. You can sit down just to talk about old times. That's my California.
Guys, I got to admit, I'm highly disappointed. You know, running a big 6-inch dredge like that, doing a 20 by 20 hole, 5 feet, 6 feet deep, that's not a lot of gold. But, you know what? There's always tomorrow. So we'll go hit it tomorrow, see what we get.